Okay, so I will start, but I am going to ask you one question before I start going through the answers. Okay, so if you look at my screen, okay, can you see my screen now? Worksheet 16. Okay, so before I start, I'm going to show you this thing. Okay, so it's the syllabus of the Sec 1 Science syllabus. All right, Sec 1 Science. So you need to know for this topic, all right, whatever you are seeing now on the screen. You can take a screenshot. You can also download the document. You can find it actually if you Google it. Okay, how many of you already downloaded? I think I sent before. I also asked you all to Google it. Okay, so if you want to know exactly what you are learning, what you are expected to know, this is actually official document from MOE. Okay, this is an official document what you're expected to learn. Okay, so for this topic, models of cells, you need to understand functions of the different parts of the typical cell. Then need to also know, okay, that the nucleus has genetic material. Okay, take note, you only need to know DNA. You need not spell out. Okay, need not spell out the entire word. Then show an understanding, okay, about the typical plant and animal cells. Okay, we are actually using the models to represent the various parts inside them. Okay, and then in multicellular organisms like us, all right, we have, the cells as the basic building blocks. Okay, and then they are being organized into tissue and then organs and then organ system and form our cells, the organism. Okay, the last one, you see there's a clause that explain the significance of the division of labor even at the cellular level. Okay, so division of labor is important. If you look at the practices like what you have done, right? See, you are supposed to know how to use the microscope safely, right? And then using these microscope, you need to identify cell wall, cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, vacuole, and the chloroplast. You did the experiment on plant cells, am I right? Yeah. Which part of the plant cell and which plant?
Onion cell.
Yeah. Okay. Onion is different. Okay. Why I ask you is because onion is very different, and you know what I mean, right? When you were doing the one for onion, it's totally different from, let's say, if you take the sample from the leaf, or a green leaf, or the sample from the root. They are all very different, but very interesting for sure. All right. So, okay, before I start this one, I want you to tell me something. All right. So I think I should type it in. If you can see
I
this.
still haven't learned this topic.
You have not learned this topic? Who is it?
Me.
Right. How do I read your name?
Alani.
Oh, okay. So short form is okay, right? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you have not learned this topic, right? So for the rest of you, you have learned, right?
I've learned cells in primary school, but I never learned model of cells.
All right, I see. Okay, but you did learn certain parts. In primary school, you also learn about the cell structure, right?
Yes.
So you did. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm going to ask you something, but it's not going to be that difficult. Okay, let me just type it out. Okay. Can you see what I have typed. Okay, so if you can see what I have typed, I want you to type your answer in the chat. I want to look at everybody's answer. Okay. I want to
What
look
are the organs of a plant? Is it the stem?
You try. Okay, you try. Because basically there are only 3 basic ones, right? Okay, and then you can even find the answer. All right. I think I mentioned before some. You can also find the answer in the book. Adina, you can't see the question on my slide. Can you see it? Dina can't see my slides. Hold on, Dina, I will show again. Can you see, Dina? The rest of you can see, right? Okay, good. Okay, good, Dina. Okay, Aaron already typed something in. Okay, Pei Yin also. Mhm. Okay. Okay, good. The root absorb water. Okay. Not bad. You see, Palan, you say you don't know anything, but you are giving me some answers, isn't it? Yeah. So basically, you did learn something, right? Or not? Okay, you did learn something from primary school, and it's actually quite helpful now. And it's not wrong, whatever that you are giving me. Okay. Yep. Very good. So a lot of you already have typed in, okay, what you already know. Yeah. Stem. Okay. Yes, that's right. So, even if we just talk about the stem, right? Okay, you can list more than one function, isn't it? It's true. It's true. Yeah. Like, for example, we talk about the stem. Some of you talk about, keeping the plant upright, helping the plants or the leaves to reach out to maximum sunlight. You also talk about, the transport system, right? Okay. Why am I asking you to do this? List the organs in a plant and state their functions. Do you realize that there's one question asking you about the organ system? Okay, so I realize that some people don't know about the organs. Now I'm going to ask you one question, okay? So basically, you all have given me a lot of the responses for the roots, for the stem, as well as the leaves. Okay, so in a flowering plant, you also have flowers, right? So what do you think of flowers? Do you think it's actually an organ? With you nodded your head. Why? Give me a reason why you think flower is also an organ. Okay. Dina, Hein, turn on the camera. Aldia also. Ashwin, Bernie. Okay, I want to see that you are here. Okay. So you try to think about it. Okay, with you. You know something. You're just unsure whether you're right. Just try. So if you think that it is actually a system, let me know why. What else do you see in the plant? Is it just basically roots and stem and then leaves? That's all? There's flowers. Yeah. And then fruits. Then tell me, okay, you see fruits, right? How about the fruits? Are they organ as well? No, you don't think so. Okay. So how about the rest? The rest, no idea. Hein, what do you think? Flowers and fruits?
I don't think it's an organ because not all plants have flowers and fruit.
Not all plants have flowers and fruits. Okay. Well, but let's say it's a flowering plant. Then is it their organ?
Yeah.
Then it is, right? Okay. So I'm not talking about in general. Okay. I'm talking about, let's say you see a plant with flowers and there are also fruits. So what do you think? Are these parts also classified as organs? What do you think, Charmaine? Do you think flowers are organs? How about the fruits? Are they organs? Not too sure. Okay, let me ask you something. How do plants actually reproduce?
By the anther and stigma touching each other.
By the anther and the stigma, you are talking about a process that is known as?
Reproduction.
Reproduction consists of two parts.
Pollination, sexual and asexual.
Yeah. No, not sexual and asexual. Youth is actually right. There's pollination and there is fertilization. Remember this? So where will this take place? Palan, you mentioned about the stigma, right? So Palan, where do you find stigma and what else you mentioned? You find in the flower, right? So I'm going to go through now. We talk about the roots, right? We have the roots, then we have the stem. Okay, and then of course we have leaves. These are all organs. But of course, flowers are also the organs. What are they in charge of? Okay. It's actually part of the reproductive system, isn't it? Okay, so you must remember. Okay, so it's a reproduction organ. Now, if you talk about fruits, right? Fruits are also classified as organ because it is actually an organ that contains seeds. Okay, you might want to copy this down. Okay, but when we talk about the systems or organ system in plants, right? Basically, there are only two parts, and we're going to go through later in the question. Okay, so we know that there are different functions of the roots, different functions of the leaves and the stem, right? Okay, these are okay, but flowers you need to know is for reproduction. Okay, because the reproductive system is there. Then fruits is actually evolved, okay, after the flower gets fertilized, isn't it? So it is still an organ, the youth. Okay, it's still an organ, but it has evolved from the flower.